In this video, I'm going to show you a very simple trading strategy for making profitable decisions when you are trading Bitcoin and other crypto assets such as altcoins or other things. Basically, this trading strategy is based in two indicators and price action. The first indicator that we are going to use is the MOB, the market order bubbles, that is this indicator, market order bubbles by Leviathan Capital, this indicator here, that in the chart you can see this way. And the other indicator that we are going to use is the volume suite by Leviathan Capital, this one here. When we have selected these indicators, the first one, the market order bubbles, we leave all the settings by default. We leave these settings by default. We don't need to change anything. And in the volume suite, the settings that we need to put is relative volume. Here in display, we need to choose relative volume. The settings, those are by default. And the only thing that we need to change is the LTF time frame to 1 minute. And then the other settings are left by default. Once we have these indicators loaded into our TradingView chart, we can begin following the strategy. Basically, the strategy is that we buy when we see red bubbles and red volume, and we sell when we see green bubbles and green volume. So basically, this strategy works pretty well in the 4-hour chart and in the daily time frame. But I use it mostly in the daily time frame. But if we want confirmation, if you want to search for confirmation, we need to switch between time frames. So for example, here, if we go here, you can see that we have red volume in the relative volume followed by red bubbles. Okay, so here we want to buy the asset, okay, and we will hold it till we see green volume and green bubbles. Okay, so basically we buy here, okay, we buy here and we sell when we see green bubbles. Okay, in the other side, if we want to go short, we can open the short when we see green bubbles, for example here, and close it when we see red bubbles. Okay, another example, for example here, we see red bubbles followed by red volume in the relative volume, okay, and we sell when we see green bubbles and green volume. Here in this case the volume was not displayed, but we got the green bubbles. Okay, another example here, red bubbles followed by red volume, okay, and then again green bubbles followed by green volume. Also, you need to take into account that the level of the relative volume needs to be greater than 5 or 4, okay, because if the volume is printed red or green, but the number here, this number here, is below 5 or 4, this means that the relative volume is very low. Okay, so this is not taken as a valid signal. Okay, so for example here, the bottom of 2022, okay, in Bitcoin we can see red bubble, a greater volume than 5, okay, in this case was 10 or 9, okay, and then was the buy signal, and if you sold here, this was a false signal of the indicator, okay, because many times it seems like it is displaying trend continuation, but you can sold here, okay, in these green bubbles, okay, or also these green bubbles with green volume, okay. And basically this is the strategy. You can open longs or buy the asset in spot when you see red bubbles and red volume, and you sell the asset when you see green bubbles and green volume. Okay, you can see here many examples, like here and selling here, buying here and selling here, for example, buying here, selling here. Okay, for example, these are many times trend continuation, because if we are in a strong uptrend, these market order bubbles will appear, okay, and this not mean that the trend is over, but you also will sell in profits. You will not take all the profits that you can take, but you will sell in profits. But there are many examples that you can take from this Bitcoin chart, okay, and also from other altcoins, buying in the red bubbles with the red volume and selling in the green bubbles with the green volume. And that's it for the video. As I always said, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on Rumble and or Instagram. And we see you in the next video.